Que terrible. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the abrupt ending of the music. I'm not even sure what happened. Let me just try this again, okay? Because I was enjoying it so much. Hello! I hope you're doing well. Why isn't this... It's so sad when music just stops. Please. Well, it is not loading. You're kidding me. Apologies. I don't know what I did. I'm not a tech guru. Anyone who knows me, I'm really not a tech guru. But I would have never thought that music would just stop on me just like that. Well, maybe it's just time to read. I haven't seen you in a week. Sorry for being absent. Needed to take care of stuff. I am back and I saw that Shannon was actually doing a pretty good job last week reading, I don't even know how many nights. But we are at the 374th. And the beauty is, the main protagonist, whose name is, let me just say that right, Al-Wujud, is from Isfahan. Or at least he came from Isfahan, which is in Iran, my home country, my mother home country, father home country. All right, let's start then. Enjoy the reading. Now when it was the 374th night, she said, "It hath reached me, O auspicious king, that as Al-Wujud ended his lines, the lion arose and stalked slowly up to him, with eyes tear-railing, and licked him with his tongue, then walked on before him, signing to him as though saying, 'Follow me.' So he followed him, and the beast ceased not leading him on for a while, till he brought him up a mountain and guided him to the farther side, where he came upon the track of a caravan over the desert and knew it to be that of Rose in Hood and her company. Then he took the trail, and when the lion saw that he knew the track for that of the party which escorted her, he turned back and went his way, whilst Al-Wujud walked along the footmarks day and night, till they brought him to a dashing sea, swollen with clashing surge. The trail led down to the sandy shore, and there broke off, whereby he knew that they had taken ship and had continued their journey by water. So he lost hope of finding his lover, and with hot tears he repeated these couplets. Far is the fame, and patience faileth me. How can I seek them over the abysmal sea? Or how be patient when my vitals burn for love of them, and sleep waxed insomny? Since the sad day they left the home and fled, my heart's consumed by love's ardency. Sayun, Jayun, Euphrates like my tears, make flood no deluged rain that's like he can see. Mine eyelids chafed with running tears remain. My heart from fiery sparks is never free. The hosts of love and longing pressed me, and made the hosts of patience break and flee. I've risked my life too freely for their love, and risk of life the least of ills shall be. Allah, never punish I that saw those charms, enshrined and passing full moon's brilliancy. I found me felt my fair wide-opened eyes, which pierced my heart with stringless archery. And soft, lithe, swaying shape enraptured me, as sway the branches of the willow tree. With them I covet union that I win over love pain's cark and care, a mastery. For love of them I morn and eve I pine, and doubt all came to me from evil eye. And when his lines were ended, he wept, till he swooned away, and abode in his swoon a long while. But as soon as he came to himself, he looked right and left, and seeing no one in the desert, he became fearful of the wild beasts. So he clomb to the top of a high mountain, where he heard the voice of a son of Adam, speaking within a cave. He listened, and lo, they were the accents of a devotee, who had forsworn the world and given himself up to pious works and worship. He knocked thrice at the cavern door, but the hermit made him no answer. Neither came forth to him, wherefore he groaned aloud and recited these couplets. What pathway find I my desire to obtain? How scape from care and cark, and pain and bane? All terrors join to make me all and hoar, of head and heart, ere youth from me is taken. Nor find I any aid my passion, nor a friend to lighten load of bane and pain. How great and many troubles I have endured, fortune hath turned her back, I see unfeigned. Ah, mercy, mercy on the lover's heart, doomed cup of parting and desertion drain. A fire is in his heart, his vitals waste, and severance made his reason vainest vain. How dread the day I came to her abode, and saw the writ they wrote on doorway lane. I wept, till gave I earth to drink my grief, but still to near and far I did but feign. Then strayed I till in waste a lion sprang on me, and but for flattering words had slain. I soothed him, so he spared me and lent me aid. He too might haply of love's taste complain. O devotee that idlest in thy cave, meseems eke thou hast learned love's might and main. But if at the end of woes with them I league, straight I'll forget all suffering and fatigue. Hardly had he made an end of these verses, when behold, the door of the cavern opened, and he heard one say, Alas, the pity of it! So he entered and saluted the devotee, who returned his salam and asked him, What is thy name? Answered the young man, Uns Al-Wujud. And what caused thee to come hither? Quoth the hermit. So he told him a story in its entirety, omitting naught of his misfortunes, whereas he wept and said, O Uns Al-Wujud, these 20 years have I passed in this place, but never beheld I any man here, until yesterday, when I heard a noise of weeping and lamentation, and looking forth in the direction of the sound, saw many people and tents pitched on the seashore. And the party at once proceeded to build a ship, in which certain of them embarked and sailed over the waters. Then some of the crew returned with the ship, and breaking it up, went their way. And I suspect that those who embarked in the ship and returned not are they whom thou seekest. In that case, O Uns Al-Wujud, thy grief must needs be great and sore, and thou art excusable, though never yet was lover but suffered love longing. Then he recited these couplets. Uns Al-Wujud, dost deem me fancy free, when pine and longing slay and quicken me? I have known love and yearning from the years, since mother milk I drank, nor ever was free. Long struggled I with love, till learned his might. Ask thou of him, he'll tell with willing gree. Love sick and pining drank I passion cup, and well nigh perished in mine agony. Strong was I, but my strength to weakness turned, and I sword break through patience armory. Hope not to win love joys without annoy, contrary ever links with contrary. But fear not change from lover true, be true, unto thy wish some day thine own 'twill be. Love hath forbidden to his votaries relinquishment as deadliest heresy. The eremite, having ended his verse, rose, and coming up to Uns Al-Wujud embraced him. And Shahrazad perceived the dawn of day, and ceased saying her permitted say. Another one? One. Someone just laughed when I asked that. Oh, you could have said bye. All right. Never mind. Now, when it was the 375th night, she said, It hath reached me, O auspicious king, that the eremite, having ended his verse, rose, and coming up to Uns Al-Wujud embraced him. And they wept together till the hills rang with their cries, and they fell down fainting. When they revived, they swore brotherhood in Allah Almighty, after which said Uns Al-Wujud, this very night, I will pray to God and seek of him direction, and what thou shouldst do to attain thy desire. Thus it was with them. But as regards Rose and Hood, when they brought her to the mountain, and set her in the castle, and she beheld its ordering, she wept and exclaimed, By Allah, thou art a goodly place, save that thou lackest in thee the presence of the beloved. Then seeing birds in the island, she bade her people set snares for them, and put all they caught in cages within the castle, and they did so. But she sat at a lattice, and bethought her of what had passed, and desire and passion and distraction redoubled upon her, till she burst into tears and repeated these couplets. O to whom now of my desire complaining sore shall I bewail my parting from my fear compelled thus to fly? Flames rage within what underlies my ribs, yet hide them I in deepest secret, dreading I, the jealous, hostile spy. I am grown as lean, attenuate as any pick of tooth, by sore estrangement, absence, ardour, ceaseless sup and sigh. Where is the eye of my beloved to see how I'm become? Like trees stripped bare of leafage, left to linger and to die. They tyrannized over me whom they confined in place, whereto the lover of my heart may never draw him nigh. I beg the sun for me to give greetings 1,000-fold, at time of rising and again when setting from the sky. To the beloved one who shames a full moon's loveliness, when shows that slender form that doth the willow branch outvie. If Rose herself would even with his cheek, I say of her, thou art not like it, if to me my portion thou deny. His honeydew of lips is like the grateful water draught, would cool me when a fire in heart upflameth fierce and high. How shall I give him up, who is my heart and soul of me? My malady, my wasting cause, my love, sole leech of me. Then as the glooms of night closed around her, her yearning increased, and she called to mind the past, and recited also these couplets. The dark, no, 'tis dark. 'Tis dark, my transport and unease now gather might and main, and love desire provoketh me to wake my wonted pain. The pang of parting takes forever place within my breast, and pining makes me desolate, in destitution lay. Ecstasy sore maltreats my soul, and yearning burns my sprite, and tears betray love's secrecy, which I would lief contain. I weep no way, I know no case that can make light my load, or heal my wasting body, or cast out from me this bane. A hell of fires in my heart up flames with lambent tongue, and Lazarus furnace fires within my liver place have taken. O thou, exaggerating blame for what befell, enough, I bear with patience whatsoever hath writ for me the pen. I swear by Allah never to find aught comfort for their loss. 'Tis oath of passion's children, and their oaths are never in vain. O night, salams of me to friends, and let to them be known of thee true knowledge, how I wake, and waking ever wone. Meanwhile, the hermit said to Al-Wujud, go down to the palm grove in the valley, and fetch some fibre. So he went and returned with the palm fibre, which the hermit took, and twisting into ropes, made therewith a net, such as is used for carrying straw. After which he said, O Al-Wujud, in the heart of the valley groweth a gourd, which springeth up and drieth upon its roots. Go down there and fill the sack therewith, then tie it together, and casting it into the water, embark thereon, and make for the midst of the sea, so happily thou shalt win thy wish. For whoso never ventureth shall not have what he seeketh. I hear and I obey, answered Al-Wujud. Then he bade the hermit farewell after the holy man had prayed for him, and betaking himself to the soul of the valley, did as his adviser had counselled him. Made the sack, launched it upon the water, and pushed from the shore. Then there arose a wind, which drave him out to the sea, till he was lost to the eremite's view. and he ceased not to float over the abysses of the ocean, one billow tossing him up, and another bearing him down. And he, beholding the wild dangers and marvels of the deep, for the space of 3 days. At the end of that time, fate cast him upon the mount of the bereft mother, where he landed, giddy and tottering like a chick unfledged, and at the last of his strength for hunger and thirst. But finding there streams flowing, and birds on the branches cooing, and fruit-laden trees in clusters and singly growing, he ate of the fruits and drank of the rills. Then he walked on till he saw some white thing afar off, and making for it, found that it was a strongly fortified castle. So he went up to the gate, and seeing it locked, sat down by it. And there he sat for 3 days, when behold, the gate opened, and an eunuch came out, who finding Al-Wujud there seated, said to him, "Whence camest thou, and who brought thee hither?" Quoth he, "From Isfahan, and I was voyaging with merchandise when my ship was wrecked, and the waves cast me upon the farther side of this island." Whereupon the eunuch wept and embraced him, saying, "Allah preserve thee, O thou friendly face. Isfahan is mine own country, and I have there a cousin, the daughter of my father's brother, whom I loved from my childhood and cherished with fond affection. But a people stronger than we fell upon us in the foray, and taking me among other booty, cut off my yard, and sold me for a castrato whilst I was yet a lad. And this is how I came to be in such case." And Shahrazad perceived the dawn of day and ceased to say her permitted say. That was it for tonight. All right. I wish you a wonderful night. I will very probably see you tomorrow. Let me just double check with Joanna first. And regardless of where you're in the world, sending you much love. And as usual, remember to go inwards instead of outwards. See you probably tomorrow.